The Wisconsin Army National Guard is inviting people to meet the Guard in Madison next week. The event will offer a hands-on experience and introduce people to the range of careers available in the Army. Ahead of the event, we caught up with a commander from the recruiting battalion who says there are so many opportunities within the Guard.
Not just for those who always wanted to be in the military, but really for anybody who's looking for an opportunity to connect to their community.
The event is next Wednesday, May 14th in Madison.